Hi! Welcome to this part of my review featuring the Midnight Legacy of Darkness setting for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this setting where evil rules supreme and being good is considered a sin, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about the Dwarves. But first, I would like to talk about this channel's sponsor, Heroes and Hardships. This is a universal RPG system, allowing you to play any sort of genre, theme, campaign, story. You can also create any sort of character imaginable. You have hundreds of tools to accomplish that. I'm going to put a few links in the description, taking you to the Kickstarter, which should begin in about a couple of weeks. The links will also take you to the website and to the Tetsubo section of the website. Tetsubo is an upcoming setting for Heroes and Hardships, inspired by Japan's Sengoku era. You will also find links to the Discord and to my reviews of the Quickstart guide and the Wallace campaign setting, based on the life and exploits of William Wallace, so please check it out. Now let's continue. The Dwarves are an ancient people and have a culture as rich as any in Eredain. Dwarven society is structured along familial lines, and as with the Dorns, clan loyalty and honor lie at the center of their lives. Although the Dwarves have been in decline as the shadow advances, the clan still remains as the basic Dwarven social and political unit. The smallest clans may contain as few as 100 individuals, and the largest many thousands. Alliances between the clans are fluid, complicated affairs, most typically formed by intermarriage or common enemies. In addition to the clan structure of Dwarven society, there is another important social distinction within typical Dwarven culture. Most Dwarves, about 4 out of every 5 clans, live underground in warren-like holdfasts carved out of the hard flesh of the mountains. The remaining clans are called the Corgan, the surface dwellers. The Corgan still live in the old Dwarven surface cities of the southern Caladrons that predate the First Age and the digging out of the holdfasts. Though Dwarves were once known as the Smiths of Eredain, their work has become a rarity in the surface world. The Dwarves are master weaponsmiths and armorers and rival the Elves in the art of enchanting armaments. Any weapon long used by a Dwarf soon earns a name, and its history can become a legacy passed down in the history of the clans. There are 2 main Dwarven subcategories. Let's talk about the Clan Dwarves first. Clan Dwarves are almost universally short and stout, with thick bones and heavy muscles. Their abundant hair comes in a variety of pale colors. Dwarves tend towards blue eyes, deeply recessed in their faces, and most have light, ruddy skin that only turns redder in the sun. Clan Dwarves live in underground cities, comprising warrens of chambers, rooms, and great halls, all constantly expanded through mining. Clan Dwarves live on diets of goat and ort meat, cave peppers, and a variety of savory mushroom species. Their way of war has remained unchanged for centuries, fighting with short-handled battle axes and hammers that double as tools, or relying on thick-bladed knives, shields, and stabbing spears when warring underground. A shield wall of trained clan dwarf warriors is almost impossible to break. Then we have the Corgan. The Corgan have deeper skin and tend towards long black hair that they wear bound in multiple ponytails. Corgan with beards tend to trim them a bit shorter than their cousins do. Corgan are slightly taller and a bit leaner than their underground kin, but only other dwarves seem to notice this difference. More noticeable are the intricate, abstract tattoos with which Corgan decorate their bodies from a very young age. By the time a Corgan is very old, there is little unmarked skin left on their bodies. The Corgan live in small surface villages and the few remaining ancient cities of Dwarven prehistory. Their stonecutters and masons have kept these old places strong and whole, and have turned most into stout fortresses against the shadow invaders. Unlike their underground cousins, The Corgan still do some true surface farming, growing hardy cereal crops, fruits and vegetables, and herding mountain sheep and goats. The Corgan prefer to fight in a more flexible and adaptable style than their underground kin. Instead of forming a single shield wall, groups of warriors make small tortoise formations that can independently advance, fall back, or break ranks and charge as needed. Some Corgan warriors also fight with heavy, short-ranged composite bows. However, Corgan are truly renowned for fighting with paired, long-handled hatchets called urutuk, which are just as deadly when thrown as when used in a frenzied flurry of blows. Now let's talk about the dwarf traits. Dwarves are pretty high in constitution. A lucky dwarf may live for 4 centuries. As expected, dwarves are short and heavy, but their size is considered medium. They are pretty slow when it comes to walking speed, however, but their speed is not reduced by wearing heavy armor. When it comes to feats, they gain 1 heroic path feat of their choice. They have dark vision, they have an advantage on saving throws against poison, and have resistance against poison damage. They are also proficient in the use of various tools. When it comes to languages, they can speak, read, and write their clan's dialect, but they can also choose to speak either Erenlander or the Trader's Tongue, or even Orcish. Now, depending on your dwarf subtype, you have additional traits. Clan dwarves, for example, are proficient with the use of the battle axe and warhammer, and light and medium armor. They are also exceptional stone workers, and they have more hit points. When it comes to the Corgan, they have high wisdom, and they have the Corgan warrior training. That is, they are proficient with the use of the hand axe, the spear, and the short bow, and light and medium armor. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part, we are going to talk about the elves. So as you can see, the dwarves are pretty traditional when it comes to fantasy stereotypes or archetypes, but I like how the Corgan stand apart with their unusual dual-wielding combat style. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. Once again, thank you, and see you later.